All right, so what's up, everyone? This is Toby Kalejai. If it's your first time joining us on the live stream, I'll quickly run through over again. The purpose of this stream is just to ensure that everyone is able to see me trade, see how I take my trade, see how you can also, be able to take your own trades, and ultimately how you can become a profitable trader. That's the whole idea here. Yes, yesterday's session was also made available. It was uploaded on YouTube. So if you are yet to get that, you can always get it on my YouTube channel. You know, yeah. Yes. So yesterday we analyzed a few pairs, and today I said we're going to at least look at candlesticks. Obviously, we would be considering market structure still, because for me, I believe that every trade you want to make rises, every decision you're trying to make should rise and fall on the structure of the market. Okay. So in when you have an uptrend, you want to focus on the buying opportunities. Does it mean there wouldn't be opportunities to sell the market? Outrightly, yes, there would be opportunities to sell, but your focus would want to be on the buying opportunities, okay? And then on the other hand, when it's a downtrending market, you want to focus on the selling opportunities. So the analysis we had yesterday, I didn't erase my chart. I just want us to look back at what has happened, what played out. Okay, so we took an Euro JPY buy based off this bullish closure, all right? Based off this bullish closure, we took an EJ buy in the live stream, and then the trade went up a few pips, eventually came down, touched our stop loss. Uh, I forgot to share this. When I take a trade and I'm already in certain level of profit, I move my stop loss to an entry point so I don't end up losing a dime in the course of the trade, in that same trade, okay? I didn't share that. So let's assume for whoever took the trade, maybe you had about 15 to 20 pips stop loss and it got hit. Now we had this zone, right? This zone was already marked out, and then the bearish pressure pushed up to this point. At the close and retest of this particular candle, it was also another opportunity to enter. So personally, we of the streams at that time, I took an entry. I had about 30 pips, so it was able to make up for some of the losses we had on Euro JPY, as it were. For today, still looking at this same market condition. First thing I do on a day-to-day basis is to, sorry, excuse me. The first thing I do on a day-to-day basis is to clear out my chart. Okay, I clear out my chart because I don't want to come with the previous bias, which you shouldn't also be doing. If you were able to mark out your chart very well the first time, you can do it over and over again. It even helps you to become a better analyst. Okay, some of the things I do on a day-to-day basis is to I think I'm having some network difficulties, but it will be fine along the way. So yesterday we also looked at USD SEK, right? USD SEK, and then we can see that obviously the downtrend is still continuing, right? It's still an obvious downtrend, and there will still be, the trade opportunity from yesterday is still very, very valid. And like we said, our expectation is that price should get to this point, okay, which eventually is the zone where price should get to, all things being equal. Then we looked at Euro USD. What was our bias on Euro USD yesterday? Can anybody remind me? I think it was Jeremiah that dropped that particular chart yesterday. Can anybody remind me what was our bias on Euro USD yesterday? Okay, fine. I think we're also rooting for a buy. We're also rooting for a buy, and clearly, it's happening. Going in that direction. This should readily be, helping you to get something very clearly. Structure would never fail. Okay, structure would never fail. Structure would never fail. And the fact that trading is a probability thing, it's based off probability. What it will mean is that if you manage your risk right, if you do your risk management appropriately, you may lose some trades, win some, but at the end of the day, you are going to be profitable, right? You are going to be profitable, especially if your win ratio is higher than your losing ratio, which is usually the best way to look at the trade. I'll be talking about that later on. All right, so let's quickly look at candles and how I try to judge them. All right, so if we're looking at candles, we're going to use what okay, so members of the Pips Mastery Academy, if you guys can hear me at any point, I'm watching the WhatsApp room. You can always be free to quickly let me know in case you guys can hear me, if you can't see my screen and any of those things. Those on YouTube also, I'm watching, and if you want to communicate, just drop a question, a chat, drop anything in the comment section. I'm looking over it also to be able to see that everyone gets good value from this. So people try to look at candlestick from there are several kind of candlesticks. People try to call them several names. Some say doji, some say dildo, some say engulfing, some say ama, hanging man. What else? Tweezer top, tweezer bottom. Which one again? But honestly, man, I really don't want to look at it from those perspectives. I like to just judge and see, is this candle a bullish candle? Is it a bearish candle or an indecision candle? All right, because at the end of the day, those are the only three situations we always have in the market. The market is either in consolidation, buying, or selling, right? So I also want to look at the candles in that perspective. Is this candle helping me to understand that we're in a buying trend or we are in a downtrend? All right. So if I see any candle that looks somewhat like this, I won't want to go into so many details about that. I've done several videos on this same YouTube channel that can help you get justice to that. Today I want us to just look at a live chart and see how to use the candle to make trades. Okay. If you have a candle that looks like this is a doji candle, also an indecision candle. If you have a candle that looks like this also, it's still an indecision candle. It could be, sometimes it could be like this, essentially, for me, this is still an indecision candle, right? Any candle you have whereby the wick is extremely long on both sides, the wicks are extremely long on both sides, and then the body is just, just small, right? It tells you that what the opening price and the closing price don't really have a significant difference. Okay. All right. So the opening and the closing price don't really have there's no significant difference, in both. That's what those are the kind of candles we see, and then we regard to as an indecision candle. On the other hand, your bullish candles, they on my chart you will see them closing as blue. On some people's charts is green. They just tell you that what buyers are in control, of the market. They tell you that there's more buyer presence, in the market than selling presence at a particular point in time. The same thing for the bearish candles. The bearish candles also show that what there is more selling pressure at a particular point in time. All right, now, so one thing I still want you to get, having other than just looking at, okay, is it a bearish candle, is it a bullish candle? A candle can close with a red color, but it's still a bullish candle, right? That's when you say the candle is a reversal pattern. It's showing you a change in direction, a reversal candle. So let me look for one example. And on the other hand, also understand that a candle can close blue, and yet it is speaking what? A bearish trend. Okay, so don't just focus on the color. Don't just focus on the color. You should be able to interpret and look at the candle, especially from your zones, right? When you see certain candles at the zone, they speak a lot. You go back and look at them, try to backtest them. You are going to be able to discover what I'm saying. All right. I've seen some already on this particular chart, and I want you to start looking out for this kind of candles. You can draw your zone around them. They always happen at the extreme points. Look at this candle, for example, and then I'll need to know how you interpret this particular candle. Look at this candle. This one. Can you see the candle I marked out? Just type yes in the comment section so I can know you're seeing the candle I marked out. Oh, great. Yes. All right, good. All right. So you can see this candle. What happened? Look at this. Bullish, clearly bullish. This is more like an indecision candle. Continued bullish. Bullish. All these candles were showing you, yes, a bullish pattern, right? But look at this particular candle. This is showing that what price was moving up first. Price was coming all the way up, but eventually all right. So I think I had a failed network at some point there, but man, we're back up. All right. So as I was saying, the candle, that particular candle, which is this particular candle, this one, is simply telling us that price was pushed back down to a point whereby the opening price, the opening price and the closing price became the same. And it really showed that there's a lot of selling pressure here. What would I do when I see such kind of situation? The first thing I want to do is to pull out my rectangle tool and then mark out the zone. This is the way I'm going to mark it out. Let's say, yeah, I'll mark it out here. Sorry, excuse me. And then wait for the next candle that will form. Obviously, it will be this candle, right? And you can see how this candle came through and then still confirmed the bullish pressure. This confirmed the bullish pressure. At the reversal of this would have been a great place to take a sell entry. Okay, you take a sell entry. Most likely, if I was the one in this trade, I'll have taken the sell entry just to this point. Till this point, okay, I'll have taken the sell entry back to this point. And I'm sure you know the reason why. Obviously, look at this gap here. Zone places where you see gaps in the market. I'm sure this is a Sunday night by Nigerian time. Usually it will be Monday morning in, I think, either in Sydney or New Zealand. That's when the market opened for the week, right? And then when you see this gaps usually eventually they get filled up in the market, and this can be another, just like an additional reason for you to take the trade. You expect that every gaps must eventually, they must get filled up, right? And this obviously happened to this point. But, with this kind of candle and the sell pressure it is showing, you don't want to waste too much time trying to think about it. If you look around, this is another of such kind of candle, this particular one here. This particular candle shows almost the same thing. This also shows the same thing. In fact, when you see a market situation whereby you have, look at these two candles, this, even though the structure is telling you it's an uptrend, you want to ensure that because this is clear price action showing you that sellers they are forcefully pushing down the price, right? Sellers are forcefully pushing down the price. If you look closely at my explanation of indecision candles, you see that all these candles, these are clear indecision candles. Clear indecision candles. All right. This is another indecision candle. They try to tell you that is either you are expecting a change in direction or in the market, it's looking like the market is about to take a different turn or a different direction. Okay. So you need to always pay, like a very good attention to those kind of candles. Once you've picked your bias, on what to expect in a certain trade, you still also need to give a lot of attention to what the candlesticks are saying. All right. But of course, the higher the time frame, the more important the decision you would make is with the kind of candle that you are seeing. Let's look at the daily time frame, still on the same pair, and look at the scenarios that we are having. All right, so let's look at this together. we see how, at all these points, we had, they are more like they closed in red, no doubt, but they really don't have that full bearish pressure, that bearish push. Let's analyze them. Let's pick them up one after the other. Look at this one. This one shows, yes, there's a rejection. Sellers want to take charge of the market, right? If, as a trader, if I was looking at this, I would want to just mark this zone out. And you see how important that zone is across board. All right, so would you look at one piece of information and then decide to take a trade based off one piece of information? Outrightly, no, you won't do that, okay? You want to ensure that you are having a confluence of ideas. You're grouping your ideas together. You're grouping the several thoughts together before you can actually, make a trade decision. Now, look at this scenario. Having had this clearly showing me a rejection, if you look at the structure, let's look at what structure is saying. Structure says what? Is an uptrend. But we had this very, very deep pullback, right? This is what structure is saying. And two things you would want to do. You either want to buy when price comes back to this zone, which would have been a great idea, or after the breakout, the pullback, then you can buy again after this particular candle. I hope you guys are getting all these illustrations I'm making, please. I really want to be sure that you people are getting the illustrations that I'm making. Let me take this illustration over again. Having seen that what price is not creating lower lows, this is a very high time frame, shows a lot of accuracy. And then you can see that structure is clearly going in the uptrend. What we have here, we're having what? Higher height, but we're not having lower lows. So it shows that what the uptrend is still very much intact. We have the break of this particular point. Don't forget, this is a reversal candlestick pattern. And then price pushed down. You expect that what after taking, for those, don't forget, when you are looking at a buy structure, your retracement points, right? In a buy trend, your retracement points are places and opportunities that people want to make sales. All right. If you're not very skilled enough, don't focus on that. Just keep waiting for all the buy opportunities. And then if someone decided, okay, I haven't seen this reversal pattern, you could say one or two things. Okay, what's the next demand zone? So that when price gets to the next demand zone, I can take a buy trade, which would have been a very good idea. If price comes after seeing this particular rejection candle, this reversal pattern in an uptrend, it shows you that yes, price is definitely going to pull back first. And then you come to look at the chart and say, okay, where's the next pullback going to be? And this is quite, it gets clearer every time you do it. I had marked out this point as the next reversal pattern. Why? As the next demand zone. Why? Because you can see the wicks here and where the body of the candles are closing, the ones above it. You look for the most significant part. And you can see this body, the body of this candle, the body of this candle, the body of this candle, all happening at the same level. All right. So I created a rectangle here just in the presence of everyone. But drag it back. You want to know how valid what you have done is. Look at how price still respects it even at this point. Okay. You can see how price respected it at this point, but the breakthrough and then the retest is what actually created the new demand zone. This shows that yes, it's a very, very valid zone. It's an important level that you can put your attention to. So what do we do here? What do we do here? Look at this. The next pattern that followed showed that what price was pushed back up. Price was coming down, but it was pushed back up. It still tells you that what buyers still have a say in this market. Then price came back to the zone. It was pushed back down. Eventually, price came back here. Then look at this. This is a bullish. This particular candle closed bullish. Let me erase all the other candles and put the light on this one. This particular candle here. This one where I have the light on, you know. This one here. This is, if you look at it, it closed red, right? But if you understand what I'm saying about reversal pattern of candles, you can see how clearly it becomes sensible to see that, yes, this candle clearly shows that what this demand zone, price is being rejected at this zone and price pushed back down. That's why in a buy structure, when it's a buy structure, you will see selling opportunities. And people ask me from time to time, can I scalp? Can I take a sell trade in it? Yes, you can, but it's, you know, very, very risky. Very, very risky because there's no pressure in that direction. Though you are seeing red candles in a buy structure, there's no much pressure, right? Sometimes you may be lucky that you have this kind of push down, but yet it didn't create a lower low, right? So you need to be very, very careful and smart when you're trying to do that. But for me, I would rather prefer that in a buy trend, I keep looking for what? The buying opportunities. Okay. So eventually, if you're from here, after seeing this rejection would have been another opportunity to make an entry. Of course, your stop loss will be beneath this particular week. And then eventually what happened? You see how price pushed up, came back down, but look at how this candle closed. This candle has closed in a way that gives us a confirmation to say, yes, this zone is about to hold. And then on and on, eventually, you can see how price has reacted from that time on. You can check this out on lower time frames also. You can, you know, check it out on several pairs. You know, this is how you continue to understand the story that the candlestick is telling you. Okay. So let's look at this now and see what trade opportunities, what trade ideas can we begin to pick out from today. This is how the most recent H4 candle just closed, right? The most recent H4 candle just closed, which is this one. This is a clear buy opportunity. Let's look at, okay, how do we map out our parameters? Where can I make my entry? Where should I be looking for as my potential exit points? Just a second. Okay, if you understand what I just explained, can you let me know in the comment section, please? If you have an idea, you feel okay, I think I get what you're trying to explain. Can you let me know? Oh, awesome. Yeah, one. I know for some persons, you might need to watch it the second time to be able to understand the illustrations I just made here. So the same way you see me pulling up the same way, just a second. Awesome. Oh, shout out to everyone who is watching from YouTube. Osakpolo Ima says you can't hear. Oh, awesome. But other persons can hear. Very likely you need to fix your audio. Very likely you need to fix your audio. Okay, so let's do this. Obviously, you will see minor zones. You will see minor zones in here. For people who like to use trend lines, we're going to talk about that at a much later time. this is an opportunity to put your trend line, and then for someone who wants to trade, you want to trade based off the trend line pattern. Your expectation as you're looking at this setup will be different from someone who is trading demand and supply. Okay. Only as a continuous confirmation, for my demand and supply strategy. And this is what you'll be waiting for if you're trading only trend line. You want to wait for price to break above this trend, then come back to retest here. Then when you see bullish pressure again, you take your buys, okay? Expecting that price should at least first get to this point. All right? But that will be my focus right now. Let's go ahead and complete this, looking at our present strategy. All right, so I like to switch to each one. Oh my God, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. Look at this, guys. Can you see this particular candle, this H1 candle? Who can interpret this candle for me? I want somebody with a good background, right? If there's no noise in your background, I want somebody to quickly interpret this particular candle for me, right? I'm waiting. You have a good background, just let me know. I'm going to unmute you. I need to hear someone speak about this. Oh, Lizzie got the gist. Nice. I'm waiting. I need to hear from somebody, please. Who is belling the cat? Oh, awesome, Steve. I'll meet you now. Okay, I've done that.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So apparently we are on a bullish trend already. Okay. So we are looking for buy opportunities. The last candle closed bullish, and then the second one, the sellers try to force it, but then the buyers are so powerful in the market, and then they've taken it back up. So that long wick there is a serious confirmation that we should go long. So is a further confirmation to take buys.
Awesome. This is amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Steve. Because this is what happened here. There's a minor zone here, and you can see price broke above that zone and left us. This is a rejection candle. It closed bullish, no doubt, but it's a rejection candle. You can see the wick, and then look at the body. It shows that price was going up. Eventually, sellers pushed down the price, and the candle closed halfway of what it initially was, and eventually we started having a bearish pressure. We started having a candle showing a bearish trend, and then towards the time when the candle was going to close, we had the buyers come all the way to push price back to this point, and it shows simply that expect price to get to this point. Very likely it's going to happen so fast. Very likely, because this is a lot of confirmation to tell you that we, the buyers, we are strongly in charge, of this particular market, and that's one very clear buy opportunity there. As one clear buy opportunity here on GBP JPY. Okay, expectation for price would be around 138.800. I'm sure Bolan is already on this trade. I'm very, very sure. I'm sure Bolan is on this trade. I'm sure Damila is on this trade. I just need them to prove me wrong. So expectation for price will be 138.800. anywhere around here would be fine. Eventually price is going to should pull at least to this particular zone. Yes. And then after the break of this zone, this is my expectation that price will do this. And then keep going this way. That's my present expectation for price. Okay, so guys, what pair are you looking at today? I know Dam Larry and Bolan will be on this trade. I know. Oh, nice. Okay, so who else is on? What are you guys looking at today? Let's look at it together using the price action strategy. Just trying to see how to interpret the direction and the flow of the market with what the candlesticks are doing. All right. Awesome. Funsho, thank you very much. I got your contribution also. Thank you. Yeah, if you're watching this video on YouTube, please, I want you to do a thumbs up. I want you to share it with your friends. The goal of this is if we are able to get enough traction. We're doing this for just 2 weeks now, right? Once I see how people really want me to show this on a day-to-day basis, give live trade calls, just sharing my strategy and teaching and showing. Once I see if the YouTube channel can grow to 1,000 members, we'll be doing this every day of the week, And we won't just be doing it for 1 hour now. I'll be doing an entire session. It could be the entire London session. It could be the entire New York session, just to ensure that, thousands of people around the world are able to get on to understand how to trade Forex. Honestly, one thing that is very, very obvious today is the fact that we have a very, very crazy economy. Graduates don't have great jobs. People are, living under their potentials. A lot of people are complaining about not having enough money, not getting. We're not even talking about having luxuries. We're not even talking about having luxuries. People don't have the basic things of life, and it could be very, very frustrating. It could be very, very frustrating for anyone. And then the country is just turning on its own. Let me put it that way. Not enough food, not enough money, not enough of anything, anywhere. So Forex, I believe, is one avenue to help people be able to make money. You don't need anybody to buy from you. You don't need anybody to sell to. This is one way so that you are just an industry on your own. You become so valuable, right? You can decide to travel to Kano. You can live anywhere in Nigeria or outside any country of your choice without talking to human beings, without physical interactions, and be able to make money for yourself, right? And I feel that's amazing. So if you have a goal, you're looking at maybe you want to increase your present income to $200 per month, $1,000, $5,000 per month. This is one industry that can help you really, really achieve all your okay. And I really, really would appreciate if I have the honor to be a part of your success story. So that's why I'm doing this, that's why I'm doing this, to just ensure that a lot of people can get great value from trading Forex. Okay. That's the whole idea. So if we can hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, we'll be doing this every day, every Monday to Friday when the market is open. We'll take the entire London session, maybe 2 hours from it, or 3 hours, or even the entire session from 8 a.m. down to 4 p.m., because this is one thing I do that excites me very much. I'm very excited to always, share and talk about, stuff like this. All right, so I have 2 questions here. What if the buyers have exhausted their power at that point? Do you mean at which point? At the point where this happen, right? If buyers have exhausted their power at this point, I want to take it that way. It shows that there's a lot of buying pressure, right? This clearly shows that there's a lot of buying pressure. Let's look at 30 minutes and see what 30 minutes looks like. Okay, good. All right, so see what we have here on 30 minutes. These candles, they cancel out each other a whole lot. They cancel out each other a whole lot. Where would I put my stop loss? That's the second question now. I'll put my stop loss here. I'll put my stop loss at this point. What point is that? Let's see. As 138.177. I'll put my stop loss as 138.77. One thing I don't do and wouldn't do is to trade without a stop loss. And some people be like, oh, what if my stop loss get hit? It doesn't matter really. But am I going to be happy? Am I always happy when I lose money? Nobody is happy when they lose money. Nobody's happy when they lose money. But, the most important thing is that always understand trading is usually a sequence. Like you can win your first 8 trades and lose the last 2. You can lose your first 2 trades and win the next 8. You can lose your first 3 trades and win the next 7. You can win 2, lose 1, in that order, okay? In that order. So I'm never really scared to take a loss. I set my stop loss, okay? I'm not happy when I lose money. I'll try to know. No matter how much you have, nobody is happy when they lose. Even Dangote is not happy when he loses money, right? No matter how rich you are, Jeff Bezos is not happy when he loses money. Nobody is happy when he loses money. But you just have to take it that way. Like, okay, it's one of 2 things. On every trade, is either you win or you learn, okay? Either you win or you learn. So now, if you're already in this trade, what I would say you do, if you are not in profit yet, if you're in profit, you could put maybe your profit at the break-even point, or alternatively, watch out and see how price reacts to this minor zone. We have 11 minutes to the close of this candle to know, okay, what are we seeing here? What are we seeing here? We have 11 minutes more to note whatever we see here. What I think will happen is this, that price will get here and then start going here. This is my expectation. Okay, so we just sit back, relax, and watch it. While we're doing that, let's look at Euro JPY together. Amazing that the price expectation for yesterday just got hit. Who have observed that? Anyone observed that yet? Observed? Okay, good. You've observed that. Now, what charts are you looking at? Let's analyze your peers together. If you have your own chart marked up, send it over. Let everyone learn from you. Also, let's see what you have marked up. I'm waiting. Anyone, you've got a chat you want me to check out, either on YouTube or on Zoom? Anybody? All right, for those watching this video, I want you to hit the like button, subscribe to this channel if you're yet to, share this with your friends also. Okay. How do you know what time is left of a particular candle? Okay. This is it. If you're using tradingview.com, which I recommend, you would have the candlestick timer right here, the candlestick timer. So it keeps showing you the time left. When you switch the time frame, if I go to H1 now, it's showing me now that H1 has 38 minutes left to run. Now 37. It keeps counting down. If you switch to H4, it will tell you, the duration left. This particular H4 has about 3 hours, 37 minutes thereabout. If you go to 5 minutes, it's going to show you how many minutes left. This is beautiful price action, honestly. This is beautiful price action that I'm seeing here. Right? This is beautiful price action that I'm seeing here. Okay, so if you've got people, I don't know, if you've got people who are currently, they are presently struggling with their finances, and they really don't have a job they are presently committed to, honestly, I would just advise you, you can keep helping them, to get aware of what we are doing. The opportunities are endless. If you need to get, much detailed learning, you can subscribe to my mentorship program. If you also, there's a book, I wrote the book, The 7 Secrets to Discover the 7 Secrets to Becoming a Profitable Forex Trader. Okay. That would really, really be of great help also to their journey, whatever it is, just ensure that. And also, I think one of the things that would really, really help anyone who is desiring to be great at Forex, make sure you are a part of a good community, a good community. There will be days whereby you are off, you are not trading, no doubt about that. But have a community you can always fall back to when you feel like trading, you would always need that. You would always need that. You can't be a great trader in isolation. No one becomes great, at trading in isolation. All right, Euro USD. Once I just look at the chart these days, it's quite easier for me to spot zones. So you may just see me marking them out so easily, because I've been doing this for quite a while. So what's my expectation here? My expectation here is just very similar to what we have on GJ here. Price will come back here. If it holds, if that demand zone holds, then price is going back to this point. If it doesn't, which is not very likely because why? We're in a buy structure. So the probability of it holding in a buy structure is quite very, very high. Okay, so 4 minutes more for these particular candles. And then those who didn't make an entry will now have even maybe a better opportunity. Let me put it that way. If it closes, as a reversal pattern, or on the other hand, you could just hold on till maybe price touches this line, and then the next bullish candle, once you see a bullish candle or a bearish reversal pattern, once you see a candle that indicates that price is about to take direction for the upside, it will be grateful. Look at the build up to this point. Look at the build up. Why I feel very, very confident about this trade, irrespective of this candle. This is just a distraction. I feel very, very comfortable about this trade. Look at this particular candle, right? Look at this candle. And look at how price left this zone, Look at the bearish push. The bullish push rather. Look at the bullish push every time price comes down. Every time price comes down, look at how the bulls have been taking it. So expect, in fact, let me look at the overall expectation and see how that happens maybe before Friday. Okay, expect price at least here. Price should touch this zone. Price should come here. So that's how many pips, it's about from this point where price is. So DJ has a potential to move 101 pips, more this week. The potentials are there. And then what can we then have afterwards? We may then have price, tearing down. We may have price doing something like this. From this point, price may come back to this point. Excuse me. Let me get a straight line. So we may have this scenario, price hitting here. Then with more pressure, price can break above, come back to retest. Then that forms the new support and price goes up. That's one scenario. The other scenario is that price can push down, come back for strength here. Price can come back for strength here. Price can come back for strength here. And then do this. Then at what point do I begin to change my bias to focus on selling? That will be when price has closed beneath this level. I just hope you get this. If you don't, I'm sure when you watch the video over again, you would catch it. When price, because this is outrightly, this is a zone. This is a zone. So this is the point. This is the low point that I will expect price to break and retest. Let me draw that with the blue line so that it's different from what we already have. So if price does this, excuse me. So if price does this, right? This is where I begin to expect what? A sell direction. Why? Because it would have created a lower low at this point. And then if this holds, it clearly is that what? Yes, we are going the other way now. All right. Any questions before we begin to wrap it up? Let's see how that candle close. This is all right. Good. Yes, you see what I'm saying now. See how it closed. This is just shakara. This is shakara, in my opinion. This is clearly shakara. So price might still come push here a bit because this is okay. You can see how this closed now. What kind of candle is this? Comparing the body, looking at the size of the body with the wick you have at the top and the bottom. What kind of candle would you call this based on my previous explanation? I'm waiting. Awesome, awesome. Indecision candle. Great, great. So that's clear. That's clear. I'm glad, you know, some people got it clear. Indecision candle. Yeah, that's what it is. It's an indecision candle. So expectation for price, you know, is that way. The more you keep looking at the chart, the more you keep understanding the dimensions, the kind of movements, you know, and this is why it's also important to use the appropriate lot size. Okay, for someone who didn't use, if you had used an extremely large lot size, you know, you may start being afraid when you see the price going the other way, you know. And when you look at the chart, you can always see at every point in time, you always have the two forms of candle. Yeah. Okay. So any question before we call it a day? Question, contribution? Someone says he's looking out for a buy opportunity on Euro JPY and then sends the chart to the WhatsApp room. Let me see if I can pull that up. Just a second. All right, so this is the chart is sent. I believe everyone can see this. So his expectation for price is that when price hits this level, it takes a buy. I feel you're forcing it. I would expect pullback to this level. That's this level because this is the you know, I would expect a pullback to this level. Doesn't mean you can't take a buy here, yeah. you can, but your drawdown might be much if the market decides to come and do a proper retest of this level. Okay, so look at it. If you go by what I have here, you can see that taking a buy there is quite dangerous. Taking a buy at that your level is quite dangerous, because there's of course price can push and break above, but you need to pick it from so that you don't have excessive drawdown, so that you don't have an extremely large drawdown. Wait for the appropriate pullback, then pull your trigger at that point. All right, so those who waited for this entry, so at this point will have, if you have entered maybe at the close of that candle, you are 5 pips up there about. Potentially you should have about 30 pips on the trade. Still fine. Those who had an earlier entry should be having about 27 pips if I'm right. 27, 25 pips there about. All right, good. Okay, so this is a good one. Yes. So tomorrow we'll be looking at your lot sizes, how you can adjust your lot size. So combination of all this is what makes a good trader. You can't just be a good trader by, okay, I learned structure, I'm it. I've learned demand and supply, I'm it. No, it's a combination of several things. It's just like you see someone who says, oh, I'm a good driver, and then you put the person on the highway, the guy can't drive, he can't really move. You tell someone, oh, let's go from, maybe you're going from Lagos to Abuja, and this guy is driving at 20 kilometers per hour. When do you think you're going to get to Abuja? So, but on the other hand, you see someone, okay, we're going to Abuja, this guy can drive at maybe 120, 140 kilometers per hour. He knows the appropriate way to apply the brakes, knows the way to approach bends. When he sees potholes, he knows how to navigate. It's a combination of several things that makes a good driver. All right. The same thing for a trader. It's a combination of several factors. Of course, you need to show up every day. All right. I'm not going to lie to you. You can't just be a good trader in a week. You can have the potential. Some people are good potentially, like you have the potential to become a very, very great trader, but you still need all the time. Like you need to give yourself time, chat time, experiences. You need to study charts and things in that regard. That's what will accumulate together to ensure that you become that great trader who is profitable. All right, guys, thank you very much for staying tuned this morning. Tomorrow we'll be looking at lot sizes, how you can use the appropriate lot size for your account on every trade that you would be taking. Okay, and then we're going to take trades also, just like we're doing today. We're going to take trades based off that same principle. Okay, all right. So if this has been worth your time, worth your while, I want you to share this video with your friends. I want you to subscribe to this channel. I want you to do, just do everything great. Comment on the videos. Do everything awesome that you really, really know how to do on this one. Thank you very much, and do have an amazing day, everyone. Have a profitable day. Take this trade. Hold it till it gets to take profit. I'm like very, very, I can't be 100% guaranteed here, but I'm so assured, like everything is working just to ensure that this trade becomes a win for you. All right. So look at how the H4 candle is presently forming. All right, promises to be a great one. Thank you, and God bless you all. God bless you all.